G'day, it's Robbie again. Well, that last video where I dealt with the aspect of rejuvenating files, and I'll use the word rejuvenating, not sharpening, rejuvenating. Rejuvenating files with electrolysis and or vinegar. Yeah, it worked good. It did a fantastic job. It cleaned out 100%, well virtually 100% of all of the crap that was in the release, the gullies, whatever you want to call them, on this file. And it's back to pretty good condition. It's still got dings in it from where it's been abused. It hasn't taken any of those out, and as I said in the video, it hasn't cleaned up the rounded off edges or filled in the chips or done any of that. All the burrs and shit are still there. And most people went along with it. You know, I got a lot of likes on the video and very few negative comments. Got a few, not many. I expected a lot. I thought it'd be outrage by all the flat earthers out there. But anyway, they weren't. And anyway, I thought, well, let's follow up on this. You know, one big argument was, and I did mention in the video, that technically, if you had a rounded over edge, cutting edge, technically, it's possible that by putting it in an acid bath, which is what vinegar is, a very, very weak acid, if you reduce that radius of the curvature of the cutting bit by dissolving some of the metal away, theoretically it would be sharper. And I agree with that. I said that in the video. But technically, when you apply that for the length of time that I did, I don't see that there's going to be any real change in the actual metal thickness at all that's discernible. But I'm going to check this out just to make doubly sure. So what I've done is I've got a needle roller, gearbox bearing, out of a GM, and I'm going to put that in vinegar. I'm going to measure it first with a micrometer. This is the only reliably accurate piece of steel I could find. I tried measuring files and all sorts, but they wander all over the place. But this is consistently accurate. We'll put this in vinegar, and mind you, it's high carbon steel, the same as this stuff. Very, very similar. And I'm told that steel doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what type of steel. It'll, you know, vinegar will just, it'll eat the bejesus out of it. So we're going to do it. So I'll put this in my Vegemite lid, Vegemite jar lid. There she goes, with some vinegar. And we'll leave it for 24 hours. Now remember, initially, I use electrolysis for 8 hours. I would normally use 24, but it was such hot weather here, I didn't want to leave the battery charger going in the shed overnight because I might have had a fire, you know, you just don't know, things were pretty bloody hot. So I did it for 8 hours for electrolysis. That appeared to take off about 50% of the crap. And then I did it for 12 hours with vinegar. So I got 20 hours. 20 hours to get the final product, which was 100% clean. So that's all it needs, okay? And the file is now supposedly sharp. So we'll give this 24 hours exactly in vinegar, the same vinegar, and we'll measure it before and after with the micrometer. We'll see just how much effect the vinegar has had on the metal. I think it's going to be bugger all. And anyway, I could be wrong. So we'll mic it up, note it down, and then I'll come back. Okay, we're zeroed. I've given it a wipe with a rag. 4.996. 4.996. 4.995. 4.995. 4.995, so I think that's what we're going with. 4.995, so that's the figure. We'll note that down, and then after we soak it, we'll check it to see what the difference is. Moving on. Right, well, that's our starting figure. That's our starting time. And yeah, we'll come back tomorrow and see what's happened. One thing I will do is I'll show you that the file is actually sharp, as you can see, and you know it has been refreshed, rejuvenated, but as I said, I'm pretty sure it's all due to cleaning rather than anything else. Anyway, we'll see what this little erosion test does as far as the roller goes. Well, it's been in the vinegar for approximately 19 hours. You can see there's some little bubbles there, so something's happening, and it's gone dark, so it's definitely reacting. There's some chemical activity going on there, so there'll be some etching, but how much you're going to get in 24 hours is pretty debatable, but we'll see if we can measure it. This is a fair test, so we'll come back. Okay, well, slight change of plans. It's been in the vinegar for 22 hours. I was going to go 24, but 22 is still a couple of hours longer than what I did it for previously on this file, so that should be plenty long enough. And yeah, I've come in a bit earlier because it's going to be stinking hot today, so I don't want to be down the shed here when it's boiling hot. It's still bearable. Now you can see there's some reaction going on. Let's paper towel it. Yeah, there's a bit of black, you know, so on my finger too. So there's been a bit of etching going on. It's taken some metal away for sure, and I expected it would etch it, but just how much metal has it taken off to be significant? Has it taken off enough to actually reduce the curvature, the radius of sharp or rolled over edges? So now we'll mic it and we'll see what we've got. Now the target figure was 4.995. Give it a go. Alright, we'll zero it again. When the pigeons come home to roost, as they say. .973. I might have to eat my words here. .974. 4.970. 4.972. 4.972. 4.973. So if we take 4.972 as being the best figure, so that gives us 0.023. That's pretty interesting. I mean, yeah, that is significant. I wouldn't say it's hugely significant, but it is enough that it would have a definite effect on the cutting ability. You know, it would definitely reduce the curvature radius of the edge that we're talking about. So, yeah, there would be an improvement in cutting effect. I mean, if it was 0.2, well, then I'd get excited. I'd say, oh yeah, that is really significant. 0.02 is pretty small, but we're dealing with very small curvatures to begin with. So, I mean, I can't measure the radius of the curvature on the cutters. It's just impossible for me. But you've got to say that would be a significant result. So there you go. Maybe there's some truth in the whole thing, that maybe there is a small improvement in the cutting function, you know, the sharpness, by nature of reducing the curvature radius. I mean, I still think that the bulk of the effect is from cleaning, and you saw all the crap that came out. It was massive, you know. That has to have a huge bearing on the actual cutting ability. But yep, there you go. It just shows you that unless you test this stuff, you can never be sure. Now, it reminded me early in the piece of years ago. I remember seeing one of the end mill manufacturers. They had a marketing ploy there where they claimed that their end mills were chemically sharpened. Now, I think the one manufacturer did this, and it was around for quite a while. I think it was back in the 70s or 80s. So it has been used as a marketing exercise, but looking on the internet now, I don't see anybody claiming that they use chemical sharpening for the edges of their end mills or whatever. So maybe it's there, maybe it's still there somewhere. I couldn't see any evidence, but it has been used. And that was in the back of my mind on this whole exercise. I was thinking, you know, maybe people just got that in their mind. They remember that particular promotion. And as I said, I can't find any evidence of it now from any of the other manufacturers, but it could be there. If you look hard enough, maybe you'll find it. Anyway, there you go. That's the results. A meaningful result. Much more significant than I ever expected. I thought maybe we'd get some sort of change in the last digit of the decimal point. But to actually get 0.02, yeah, that's quite a lot. And it's a sort of run out, shall we say, that you would expect in a really good quality chuck, you know, like, it is a meaningful figure. Okay, well, that's it from me. All food for thought. Take it as it is and make up your own mind. Okay, we'll see you next time. Cheers.